founder of Jimbo's with us now. Thank you for being with us this afternoon here at Fox 5. We appreciate you.
Well, thanks for having me here.
Talk to us a little bit about, we see the stores everywhere. We know that you're opening a few more. Talk about what was the inspiration behind opening up Jimbo's.
When I finished college, I had been back east for a year, and I came out to visit my brother, hoping to go up and down the coast, and started working at the time, what was Ocean Beach People's Food Co-op. And I started to get a little bit of an education about eating good food, and the quality of the food that you put into your body impacts how you feel. Also, the extent to which the people who grow the food, hopefully if they grow organically, which is where our priorities are, that they are less exposed to the chemicals. And so I really became passionate about it, and after kind of doing my stint there for about 10 years, I said, you know what, I'm going to go on my own and open up my own little Jimbo's.
Can you imagine being where you are now, 40 years down the road?
Well, 40 years, it's hard to imagine that it's 40
who has
years.
the foresight of that age,
I don't know if I could have envisioned being where I am, but I always tell people that the one thing that I have as an advantage is I'm passionate about not only am I passionate about it, but I really believe in what we're doing. And so it's easier to work, so-called work, if you believe in something as much as I believe in it. And I think we're doing the right thing. And so the time has flown by. Yeah. I can't imagine that actually, I feel old when you say 40 years. So.
Well, I think we all feel we all feel a little bit old when we think about it.
Yep.
What was that? 1984.
Yep, that's when I opened my first store.
You're a vegetarian.
I'm actually a vegan.
You're a vegan, so you really practice what you preach.
Right.
And it's such an important part of things. That's what really makes your stores unique.
Yeah, I think that it's easier. Well, first of all, when I opened my first store, it was a vegetarian store, and it dawned on me when my wife got pregnant and she was vegetarian, but she wanted to eat some meat, that we didn't sell any. And I realized that the store shouldn't be a reflection of what I eat, but it should be carrying the best possible products in all arenas. So I extended it to that we started carrying meat and seafood, and so, but a large part of what we do is really sell high quality organic foods, and we just feel that it's better for a person's health and it's better for the environment, and we really push sustainable issues. And we did a situation about 6 years ago where we got rid of all our water in plastic, and it was a statement, because for grocery stores, selling water in plastic is huge. It's probably one of the highest volume movers in the stores is selling water in plastic, but we just felt we needed to walk the talk. And I've learned that sometimes the profit isn't important as much as doing what reflects your values, and that's what we continue to do.
So what's the alternative to that?
We sell water in glass, we sell water in cartons, we sell it in aluminum. We even have at all the stores, if you bring in your hydro flask, you can fill up your own container. We don't even charge you for it because we don't want you to use plastic.
It's interesting because you think about 1984, you talk about sustainability and health. It feels like a 21st century kind of conversation.
Yes.
But obviously that was before its time, right?
Yeah.
And you're the founder, the creator of this kind of concept. But it's interesting to think, what the world was like in 1984 versus what it's like today. How have you seen things change as far as like maybe buyer habits or attitudes about all of this?
Well, I think that as much as we compete with Whole Foods, when Whole Foods became a national chain, it really opened up people's eyes, and with the advent of the internet, I think people have started to look at taking not only going to doctors, but looking at how they can improve their own health. And so as that has happened, then more and more people started looking, all right, what are the options that I have? And I always tell people about this elderly gentleman that used to shop in my stores when I first opened it up, and he was very meticulous about writing everything that he bought, and he would know within pennies how much he spent. And after a year, he said to me, "Mind if I talk to you?" And he said, I said, "Sure." He said, I've looked at how much I spent this year compared to what I spent last year when I used to shop at a conventional supermarket, and I thought it was going to be a big number, but it was like $300 or something, and I was pretty impressed. But what he said after that was the most profound thing for me at the time was he said, well, but I've saved more than that in doctor's bills, and I've never felt better in my life. So, to me, it's like you choose, you can decide to eat chemicals and whatever, because whatever you put in your body's got to have an impact, and it's going to impact you later, or you can, like what I believe is you eat well, and hopefully your body is a lot better off for it.
Keep the engine moving.
It does. Jimbo, talk about the new stores.
Yeah, we have 2 stores. A year ago, we signed a lease to open up a store in Mission Valley, the Savita neighborhood, and we just signed a lease a short while ago. We just announced it over the weekend that we're opening up another 25,000 square foot store in the Scripps Poway area. So we're really excited about it. I mean, the whole perspective for us is to reach as many people as possible.
That'd be 7 total, is that right?
Well, we had the downtown store that we had to close due to conflicts with the landlord and how it just unfolded. But yeah, it will be 6 stores, and they're all doing awesome, and it's just great to be part of the communities that we find ourselves in.
It's really interesting. Sorry, but I was curious about the business aspect. You talk about like the landlords and so forth, but like inflation is something that affects so many of us, especially at the grocery store.
Right.
How have you handled that? And what have you heard from customers?
Well, it definitely is a concern for us, but I think a lot of the people that shop our stores, and I'm not trying to minimize what you're saying, are, there are a lot of families or people who care about their health. So if they're going to give up something, maybe they're going to give up alcohol. So our alcohol sales have dropped, gotten lower. But maybe they'll give out going to the movies or something. But they don't want to give up eating high quality foods. And so again, we've found, especially over the last few years, our business has been great, and the support that we've gotten from the communities that we're in have been awesome. And so we're excited. It's our 40-year celebration coming up, and we got some nice events
Any
planned.
special deals?
Yeah, over this weekend from I think the 12th to the 14th, we got like buy one get ones, 40% off because it's 40 years. So there's a lot of stuff going on. We're excited to have this anniversary sale.
Wonderful. Well,
The Carmel
congratulations.
Valley one is mine. That's
Okay.
all. That's where I
Come on
go.
down.
That's where I go.
We'll be there for
Yeah.
you.
Jimbo, thank you so much. Congratulations on 40
Thank you.
years. Continued good health and success. We appreciate you coming in.